So, what do you think this result is actually, what voters are saying with these results?
Well, I mean, we have not actually looked at the detailed precinct results for more analysis. We hope that our message during the campaign resonated with voters, i.e., to use their vote to get the government to pay more attention to their concerns. But of course, you will have to ask the Punggol East voters exactly what was in their mind, because I believe that the voters have different considerations. Each person is different, so I do not want to speak for all of them by making any sweeping statements.
What is the impact of this victory to your party then? I mean, what does it say about the Workers' Party as the opposition party in Singapore, and also how you would, I suppose, deal with not just the PAP but this other opposition camp as well that seems to be taking out the Workers' Party during the rallies?
Well, what we can say is that we are indeed very encouraged by the results as a party. We take it as a sign that at least the residents in Punggol East do see some value in having WP MPs in Parliament, and at least a majority of them endorse our brand of politics. We hope that this is a signal of that, but we are certainly very encouraged by the results.
Besides confidence given by the Punggol East voters, particularly what strategies and what has led the party to win this by-election?
I think I leave that to analysts to comment. I'm sure there will be many opinions. So as I said earlier, we would like to think that at least part of our message during the rally did resonate with the Punggol East voters. And of course, what Lilian can bring to the table for them. Sorry.
Lilian, now that you've won, how do you plan to resolve the Riverview Plaza issue since the construction has been repeatedly under the previous MPs' head?
Well, as mentioned in my rally speech, the Prime Minister, he visited the place and also said that it will be completed by sometime June or July this year. Alright, I don't see why there should be a delay, regardless of whichever party that take over.
Questions for the party leaders. Firstly, do you think the by-election effect has helped the party win this time around? And secondly, what do you think are the reasons behind such a big vote swing?
As for whether the by-election effect played in the minds of voters, certainly we would think that it probably has some effect, but exactly how many voters thought their way and all that, it's very hard for us to assess. And you asked about the vote swing. Well, earlier on at the start of the campaign, I did say that it was probably the case that voters would also like to use the by-election to send a message to the ruling party. I think the ruling party perhaps should be the ones also to tell us what this vote means to them. And I would assume that there is a certain segment of Punggol East voters who did vote based on national issues and the fact that probably they want the governments to more.
So, do you think this is a vote against the ruling party or a vote for the Workers' Party then?
It's probably a mixture, I think.
Just for the country leaders, what significance does this by-election result have in the party's plans for its future? And especially given that during the rallies, the party has 4 new faces in. So, what is the party's plans for the future?
Actually, it's very hard to answer your question briefly because there's so many, sub-issues in that. I think, we went into this by-election to give Punggol East voters a chance to make a choice again since the seat became vacant, and that was our immediate aim. And we're very glad that the Punggol East voters have responded to the choice that we've given and found it to be a credible choice. Of course, going forward, the party will have other things to plan for, including, as you mentioned, the future elections, perhaps. Regarding the new speakers who spoke at the rally, we can't say for now what the plans are for them, definitely. But there are some of the new faces that we have to work with.
Can I add to that? I'd like to add that the result of the by-election shows Punggol East voters as well as Singaporeans still expect the government to work harder. Although many policies has been reviewed and the government has been working towards that, the result shows that the effect has not really been trickled down to the ground. And people still feel the pressure of high cost of living and many other things as well. So I would expect that the government will work harder on that. And the Workers' Party will assist whenever we can. 我想本儿通补选成绩的结果显示了新加坡人对行动党政府的期望。虽然行动党政府在2016年大选之后呢，也进行了许多政策上的这个改善，不过很明显的，它的效果呢还没有见效。所以呢，接下来呢，我想行动党政府呢应该更努力的去工作，而工人党也在可能的情况之下呢，尽量协助政府。
Maybe if I have the time and chance, I want to tackle everything at one time.
What is the foremost one that you want to tackle and why?
I guess the pressure that's facing young families as well as the welfare of elderly.
Do you consider this election a step towards a two-party system for Singapore? And does the party have in mind a time by which you can bring perhaps the one-third benchmark in Parliament?
Well, let's look at statistics at the moment. 80 out of 87 seats are still in PAP hands. I calculated there was 92%. If you think it's a step towards a two-party system, I think we still have quite some way to go. But of course, I think in terms of governance, if Singaporeans really are concerned about, for example, major changes being made, let's say to constitution and things like this, which require a one-third veto to stop, then I think it's up to Singaporeans to kind of work towards that together with the political parties. Anyone who hasn't asked a question yet? Otherwise.
I know that you have a career, but do you plan to become a full-time MP?
Okay, there is such a possibility. I can't rule that out, but that is something that I will decide along the way.
Just to follow up on that, I think at the start of the campaign, you said you were planning to start a family. So how will you elected affect the family?
It shouldn't affect.
So you're still on track to making it friends?
As well as my new role.
Question from Mr. Low. Do you think this victory, in addition to your speech on Tuesday on opposition unity, do you think the party has basically changed the face of opposition politics in Singapore?
Well, that I think it's better to ask people who attended the rally rather than me.
I was there.
Oh, you were there. So what do you think?
Okay, maybe one or two last questions since we seem to be very hot here and I think you're rushing by here. Okay.
Would there be a possibility of merging the three town councils together? And secondly, also, during the
Answer the question.
There have been a lot of PAP announcements about goodies and some of these throughout Singaporeans. How do you assess the entire campaign of your rivals as a whole?
Well, this is a very big question.
Well, we won't be commenting further on tonight, anything on the town council. Okay, but look out, we'll be issuing a statement soon to everyone.
Early in the coming week.
My second question is, how will you assess the campaign right as a whole for your rivals, given that there's a lot of goodies thrown out along the way by Singaporeans to the PAP government? A lot of cost of campaign, there's a lot of PAP goodies thrown out. How will you assess the cost of the campaign for your rivals as a whole for this by-election?
I thought those measures that were introduced are welcoming, all right? And these are issues that the Workers' Party MPs have brought up in Parliament before. And I think that what the voters of Punggol East have spoken, they want more voices, they want us to pressure the government more, to have better changes and more changes.
Okay, wait, Tony, what wants to say something?
Yeah, I think the night belongs to voters of Punggol East and also to Lilian. She has connected with the ground very well, I think people from Punggol East and William deserve an applause.
Okay, I think we'll stop the press conference because it's just going around. It's really very warm. Okay, if you don't mind, we'll end the press conference here, and if you have any further questions, perhaps you can come forward to discuss. Okay, thank you so much.